we virtually celebrate the 9th commencement exercises of Palisade's preparatory school. Our graduates, the class of 2020, are the most resilient, determined young people. Over the past several months, you and your families' lives, as well as your education, has changed in ways we could never have imagined when we began your senior year in September. Class of 2020, you earned today's Rite of Passage. I am honored to have been a part of your journey, so let's begin our celebration. Please stand for our tribute to the American flag and our national anthem. I'm introducing Okoye Garcia Taribo to do our flag salute, followed by the national anthem, which will be sung by Caitlin Suarez.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Okoye and Caitlin, for the flag salute and our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure at this time to introduce our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Edwin Quesada.
Member of the Yonkers Public Schools class of 2020. The year 2020 will forever be known for changing the world. As we embrace your virtual commencement exercise, no one could have ever predicted today's class of 2020 celebration. You who enter high school in September of 2016, you who communicate through ever-changing social media, you who have seen profound advancements in technology, you who experience a total solar eclipse, you who led the fight against global warming, you who know the meaning of Pokemon, TikTok, fidget spinners, and emojis, you who were inspired by the election of the most diverse Congress in history, you who have and will continue to shape the Me Too movement and Black Lives Matter, you who saw a United States president impeached, you who saw the images of the Syrian refugee crisis, you who live your life surrounded by the effects of the opioid crisis, you who endure the heartbreaking pain of gun violence, you who experienced the effects of the Stoneman Douglas High School shooting, and you are now living in the COVID-19 pandemic. Yes, it is you that today we celebrate. You who have demonstrated resiliency, flexibility, determination, and more. You did not allow COVID-19 to interfere with your success. Today, you are a Yonkers graduate. During your years with us, you made the city of Yonkers a better place to live. You effectively practiced the mantra which says, our job is to leave the place better than we found it. Because of you, the Yonkers Public School has the highest graduation rate of any big city in New York State. You fought for additional school funding and we won. You turned the Yonkers My Brother's Keeper movement into the most accomplished MBK community in the state. In spite of COVID-19, you earned over $124 million in scholarships. Nothing deterred you from the goal to receive your coveted diploma. You had no choice but to choose the road less traveled. In fact, it was a path never ventured upon before, and you created new roads for future generations to follow. And with every step, you taught our learning community and your families so much. Yes, we celebrate you. The graduates who finish high school without the rewards that come with being a senior and partying together. No, you did not have a senior day, a senior trip, a prom, or even a live graduation. Social distancing requirements prohibited those traditions and generated new experiences like Senior Week for you to share with the generation behind you or maybe your children in the future. However, what you do have is more grit. You know that learning can be an independent activity, and you more than anyone understand that the key ingredient of success is you. Only a few weeks ago, the class of 2020 was tested once again. You witnessed unacceptable violence that was fueled by a legacy of unresolved racial hatred and distrust. How we as a nation respond to these challenges will forever change the soul of America. More important is how you, the class of 2020, will respond to this challenge. As this unfolded, you were not a mere passive observer. You were making meaning of the nation's actions, making moral choices, and constructing a worldview. What you did during this period, and more crucial, what you do moving forward will shape the future. Recognize that you cannot be a bystander. And whatever your choice, do it responsibly by first educating yourself. Yonkers graduates must be agents for change. Model for this and future generations peaceful, meaningful, and purposeful approaches to living in a diverse society. Create a society where our differences are not merely tolerated or accepted. They are celebrated as manifestations of the American ideal. You have the grit to do it. The class of 2020 will be celebrated for years to come, and we commit to etching this class in the history books of the Yonkers Public Schools. I am honored to have served as your Superintendent of Schools. Through your actions, I have learned so much about young people's inner strength and true passion for their education. I am humbled by your commitment and success. Now go on to succeed expectations, to own the world, to decide who should be the leaders of our great country, and to establish yourselves as accomplished, productive members of society in whatever path you choose to take. A few simple reminders. Never forget the people who helped you achieve, and that Yonkers is forever part of your history. Do not forget to vote this November, and always remember to love your family. I want to close with a quote by Tim Cook, the Chief Executive Officer of Apple, who wrote, "Life has a frustrating way of reminding us that we are not the sole authors of our stories. We must share credit, whether we like it or not, with a difficult and selfish collaborator called our circumstances. So whether you like it or not, COVID-19 will forever be a footnote in your individual story. It does not define you or prevent you from achieving extraordinary accomplishments in your lifetime. Class of 2020, go out there and, like the Rachel Platten song, remember that this is your fight song. Take back your life song, because you have already proven that you can. God bless you. Mil bendiciones. Much success."
Thank you, Dr. Quesada. It gives me great pleasure to introduce the City of Yonkers Honorable Mayor Mike Spano.
Hello, class of 2020. It's an honor for me to address you today as you celebrate this monumental occasion and as you close a chapter in your life and embark on a new and exciting one. Graduating from high school is an achievement that no one can take from you. One that you can be proud of, and for some of you, one that is a milestone for your family. I know the time energy, and commitment you all have given to get to this moment. I am very proud of you as those who have guided you along the way, your teachers, counselors, parents, and your family. While I wish we could be meeting under different circumstances at your graduation, know this, your graduating class is one for the ages. Not only have you experienced 4 years of some of the most memorable times of your life, but you have completed your schooling under the most unimaginable situation. No one could have imagined that the last 4 months of your senior year would include terms like quarantine, social distancing, Zoom, meetings, and distance learning, along with these things. But more importantly, no one thought you would miss out on life's events that have become your rites of passage, like a prom or walking across that graduation stage. No matter how it ends, you did it, and you did it in a way that proves that you have the fortitude and the keenness to deal with what life throws at you. I wouldn't expect anything less from our Yonkers students. And while I hope none of us sees the likes of the current state of affairs ever again, it has made you all stronger, smarter, tougher, and ready for the adventures we all call life. Today, we celebrate your commencement. You may wonder why we often use the word commencement when we are celebrating completion of school. It is because graduation is about your new beginning, how you will take the lessons learned and apply them to the life you want for yourself. This is the time when you get to decide what's important to you, the kind of career you want to pursue, where you want to travel, and with whom. You may be going away to college, planning work while going to school, or going right into the workforce. The truth is, now, you are becoming an adult. You're making real decisions and being responsible for those decisions that you make. Luckily, your teachers, parents, and administrators have best prepared you for what lies ahead. It's a cliche, we know, but it's a tough world out there. Currently, you now have to deal with the pandemics, a failing economy, and growing racial unrest. But one thing does give me some comfort anyway. I have hope in you and your peers to better this world, cure us of our ills, and create a more united society that we could never have imagined before. We are counting on each and every one of you. I know this sounds overwhelming, but you have so much ahead. The possibilities are endless. Trust your instincts, trust your family. Trust in the education that you've received from the Yonkers Public Schools. This will guide you through your best and your worst times. I expect big things from all of you, but remember, no one does big things by themselves. If we're going to get through these difficult times, if we're going to create a world where everyone has the opportunity to find a job, if we're going to save the environment and defeat the future pandemics, fight injustice or racial inequality, then we're going to have to do it together. Stand up for one another's rights. Set the world on a different path. But I ask you to please do me a favor. When you do this, wherever life takes you, whether it's in Yonkers or elsewhere, please don't forget the lessons learned while here. The last 18 years in our schools have laid the foundation for many years ahead of you. I ask that you always keep Yonkers close to your heart. Yonkers makes strong and determined people, people who have the guts to lead and to make change. I believe you are the change we all need right now. In the meantime, I pray you continue to be graced with life's blessings, filled with promise, love, and good fortune, and have faith. I have complete faith, each and every one of you. Best of luck to the class of 2020. Congratulations. Now go on and make Yonkers proud.
Thank you, Mayor Spano. At this time, I would like to introduce the Salutatorian of our class of 2020, Dallas Jackson Jordan, who is unable to be with us at this time. It is with pride that I present to you the valedictorian for the class of 2020, Litzy Mejia.
The future is bright, but it is full of unknowns. As the saying goes, life is like a cup of coffee. It's all about how you make it. During tough times, it helps to be positive. Whether you think life is terrible or amazing, you are correct. It is all about your perception. No one said life was easy, but nothing that comes easily is rewarding. We all have overcome obstacles, from nights full of anxiety and fear to days where we felt misunderstood. It took a lot for us to get here, and we can't let these circumstances occurring bring us down. In life, you reap what you sow. This is the beginning of a new chapter, and everything we do from here on out will transform our lives, either for the better or for the worse. We must be aware of our everyday actions because that's where good or bad habits begin. We must work towards building better habits. Evaluate your friend group and the people you spend the most amount of time with. They have the most influence on you. Don't be afraid to do the things that you fear. They will help you grow into becoming a better version of yourself, and always stay true to yourself. One of my biggest mistakes during these past years was not taking advantage of all resources that were available to me, especially since they were free. I remember having too much pride to ask for help or thinking I did not need it, and honestly, it only hurt me in the end. Don't be afraid to ask for help. It can eliminate a lot of your errors and speed up your success. Always ask yourself if what you're doing today is getting you closer to where you want to be tomorrow. Para todos los padres y madres hispanos, no me olvidé de ustedes. Gracias por todo el amor, todos los sacrificios, no fue para nada. Como ustedes saben y dicen, no existe gran talento sin gran voluntad. Y con el tiempo todo se consigue. Esto solo es el empiezo de algo grande. Thank you to our loved ones and everyone who supported us through our journey. We are so thankful for your sacrifices. We will try to remember your advice, that success takes a lot of work. This is only the beginning of something big for all of us. To my classmates, when the world seems like it's attacking you, fight back. Don't ever let it take your shine. Try to be grateful every single day for the things that you have. You have to pursue your dreams as hard as Joe pursued Girls in You, as hard as SpongeBob pursued being Employee of the Month, and as hard as you go on Snapchat and Facebook statuses. We are the Phoenix. We are powerful. We will rise from the ashes. We will learn from the pandemic that wreaked havoc on our senior year and make the world better for everyone. Today, an old version of us dies, but a new version emerges. This is the rebirth of Class of 2020. Like Nas said, it all starts with you.
Thank you, Litzy. At this time, it is my honor to introduce to you the principal of our high school at Palisades Preparatory School, Dr. Michelle Yazurlo.
Good afternoon. Board of Education President Steve Lopez, Vice President Judith Ramos Meyer, Trustees, Superintendent of Schools Dr. Quesada, Central Office Administrators, Palisade Preparatory School faculty and staff, families and graduates of 2020. First and foremost, I am so proud of the accomplishments and achievements from this class. You have risen up and earned your degrees. Congratulations. I acknowledge these frustrating circumstances that have occurred over the past few months, but please do not let it overshadow your accomplishment over the past 12 years. And know that while we are not celebrating in the way we always have, it does not mean we are any less proud or this event is any less momentous. You are cheered on and loved by family, both by blood and within the walls of Palisade Preparatory School. We are so very proud. As a class, you have earned over $7 million in scholarship money. We have a presidential scholar nominee, students entering into the military, and the list of institutes of higher education that our graduates are attending in the fall is more diverse and robust than ever before. Be proud and hold your heads up high. You've earned it. While your senior year has not turned out like we all planned, it is a lesson that change is a constant in life. Change can take place in every moment, with every single opportunity. In that space is the chance to reshape what is and what can only be imagined. It then becomes the beauty of possibility. It is within this generation that the status quo can be shaken up and reforms can be made from the justice system to the education system. I encourage you to meet these times of change by standing up for justice and continue to test the limits of impossible. It is your responsibility to move beyond the uncertainty of the present and focus on the possibility of the future. You are a phoenix. You will always rise up. I am certain of that. Take in this moment. Acknowledge its importance. You are ready. All my love. Congratulations to the class of 2020. At this time, it is my honor to present the class of 2020 to the Yonkers Board of Education President, Reverend Steve Lopez.
Are you ready? Here we go. On behalf of the Yonkers Board of Education, I am happy and proud to accept this graduating class of 2020. And by the power entrusted to me by the New York State Board of Regents, I declare you graduates. Congratulations, graduates. I want to join you in celebrating your accomplishment. Now the real work begins. Unlike previous graduating seniors of your generation, you have special circumstances that place you here where you are today. Circumstances that should have developed a new sense of awareness of how fragile our lives can be. Just last fall, most of you are entering your senior year full of life and vitality, ready to take on the world and grab the tiger by the tail. We're now facing new realities, a reality that we as a people can conquer. It's in our DNA. Bernard Beckett once wrote, "Human spirit is the ability to face the uncertainty of the future with curiosity and optimism. It is the belief that problems can be solved, differences resolved. It's a type of confidence, and it is fragile. It can't be blackened by fear and superstition. You know, I'm not a prophet, nor do I profess to foresee the future beyond what my spiritual training and beliefs have taught me. But I am convinced that history has shown our nation has triumphed many times in the face of insurmountable odds. And we survived. There's nothing new under the sun. We've accomplished these victories by bonding together in unity and love. Throughout our nation's history, we've endured. We've endured not just pandemics, but other struggles, some of which continue to this day. Whether it be women's rights, the civil rights movement, Hurricane Sandy, or 9/11, we as a community have been able to step up and collectively apply ourselves and make progress by believing and expressing what is right for us as a people. It is now your turn to continue this journey of hope. Whether you decide to go to college, learn a trade, join the armed forces, or even just flip a griddle, you must take responsibility to shape the future by being actively involved and following the footsteps of those who came before you. Gandhi, Cesar Chavez, Mother Teresa, Dr. Martin Luther King, Nelson Mandela. These great champions of the peace are but a few of those who have fought and sometimes gave the ultimate sacrifice for what they believed in. Friends, what I'm getting at here is you are the future generation. Aside from your voice, a powerful weapon invites and infuses change within our democracy. That is the vote. So, register to vote, vote, and make a difference. I encourage you now to pivot your lives to be able to affect change with the peace, dignity, and respect that you've learned from this school system. Your life actions and their decisions will show as an example that will determine how others will judge your generation. And as adults, you will be accountable. It is once said, everyone will have to give account for every empty word they've spoken. For by your words you will be acquitted, and by your words you will be condemned. Our thoughts many times become words, and our words develop into actions. Graduates, it's time. Time to move on. Get geared up. Prepare for life. A life that will contain within it peaks, valleys, disappointments, and triumphs. I quote the words of W.E. Du Bois, "Now is the accepted time, not tomorrow, not some more convenient season. It is today that our best work can be done, and not some future day or future year. It's today that we fit ourselves for the greater usefulness of tomorrow. Today is the seed time. Now are the hours of work. And tomorrow comes the harvest and playtime." Honest and earnest criticism from those whose interests are most nearly touched. Criticism of writers by readers, of government by those who governed, of leaders by those led. This is the soul of democracy and the safeguard of modern society. I pray that each and every person within the sound of my voice be blessed beyond measure. May the good Lord grant favor on you and your family, that the blessings of heaven be poured upon you, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. And may the God of peace guide your thoughts and minds as you continue to mature and become the future of our great nation. May God bless you and your families. Thank you.
Thank you, President Reverend Lopez. We now present to you the Palisades Preparatory School Class of 2020. Syed Abbas, Evelyn Aguilar, Abdulrab Ahmed, Markeith Allen, Lauren Allgood, Abir Al-Saidi, Christopher Alvarado, Leslie Avila, Malcolm Benson, Triana Bonte, Indira Bowman, Claudia Brown Beto, Ali Kaba, Gail Canales, Maximo Canella, Janaya Carvajal, Migdalia Cedeno, Chantel Clark Brown, Annie Clito Garcia, Kayla Connor, Justin Constable, Isaiah De Silva, Bakari Fleming, Kwamir Floyd, Aminata Fofana, Chanel Freeman, Acoy Garcia Toribio, Brianna Garcia, Joseph Gomez, Grace Gonzalez, Ruth Guzman, Felix Hernandez, Rosa Hernandez, Malona Hines, Alexander Isaac, Dallas Jackson Jordan, Justin Jenkins, Elijah Johnson. Messiah Johnson. Nairi Johnson. Sanai Jordan. Nasir George. Luisa Jusu. Nokio Kennedy. Christian Kumar. Dina Lawrence. Lyle Lee Santos. Judith Leone. Kayla Lovett. O'Keel Lyons. Alicia Mateo. Jaleel McKinley. Litzy Mejia. Ariel Mendez. Gabriel Moriarty. Joshua Munoz. Nate Murray. Joshua Nina. Erica Apokuwer. Shiv Kumar Patel. Giselle Pedro. Christian Quintana. Juan Ramirez. Antonio Ray. Elvis Reynoso Martinez. Yashley Rosado. Shamari Rose. Jiva Seju. Yasmin Salvador. Melody Sepulveda. Zane Shah. Rebecca Sheehan. Olivia Silva. Jada Singletary. Taryn Sott. Essence Strayhorn. Alipio Suarez. Caitlin Suarez. Harain Thomas. Uriel Torres Rosas. Ariel Vargas Hernandez. Isaiah Webster. Kareem Wright. Mardia Youssef Traor. Vincent Gabriel Utuck. Graduates of Palisade Preparatory School, class of 2020. Please take this time to thank your parents, your families, your mentors, and your friends for all of their support during this time. By text, email, or even a handwritten note, thank your teachers and your administrators. Always remember to be proud of your years in high school. We look forward to learning about your great accomplishments in the future. Congratulations, and the best of everything in all of your future endeavors.